Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna ilma walhamdulillahi ala kulli hal. Ameen Rabbal Alameen. So here we are with our session number 42, and we are going to start our session with our review as we always do. So I have two statements right in front of you on my screen. I hope you all can see. I would like you to translate the first one for me. La tansuru. How will you translate it? It's easy. You've been doing it. Noon sadra has to do with help. So if that helps in writing the translation, how will you translate it? La tansuru. No answer? Nobody knows? La tansuru. So we have our fail mudare here. La is la nafia, right? You know this is la nafia. So tansuru, tansuru. Is it present tense or past tense? It's a present tense. Where is the sign of present tense? Who can help me with the present tense sign? So don't, ta is a sign of alamatul mudare, which is a present tense, right? So don't, if I give you a translation, if I give you a statement to translate, don't be overwhelmed. Okay, we are going to take it step by step, right? We are going to see first of all what are we looking at. We have a la which is going to be not. In either way, it's going to be not, right? For the most part, it is going to be translated as not, right? La is translated as not. Now look at tansuru. When you have noon sadra that has an additional ta, it is a present tense. So you cannot give me a past tense translation for this one, right? It is not nasara, right? Or nasarat or nasarata. So just focus that, we have a sign of mudare. So we have to translate it in mudare because we are not doing Quran yet, right? I'm just asking you translation. So you have to give me literal translation. Sometimes in Quran, you will change the tense based on the context. I will teach you how to do that, but we are not there yet, right? And it's basically not from my teaching. You will learn that. You will know that from the context yourself. Inshallah, you will be able to figure it out. Okay. So la tansuru is your present tense. So it can have either hiya in it or anta in it. Sister Rubin, absolutely right. The pronoun, the inbuilt pronoun could be either hiya or anta. So now give me full translation, running translation for la tansuru. This is the easiest thing, right? So ta, if you will have it translated, she does not help. Very well done, Sister Samina, because hiya comes before your anta, so you will do it with hiya first, and I did not give you any context, so I will take your answer as a correct answer, and it's the first correct answer that she does not help. Okay, now ta is also going to be in your fail mudare when the inbuilt hidden pronoun is anta. So now you do not help, simple, and you will put a full stop after it. Right? You male, very well done. Love it. You masculine do not help. That is the absolute right answer. What you will do is you will translate it like this, you, and you will put M here so that everyone knows that that this is talking about masculine. Don't help. Or the it's because of Arabic, everything got jumbled up. Okay, sorry, I haven't put it here. You may, I can do it like you masculine, don't help. You do not help. Or it can be also done this way. She does not help. Is this clear to everyone? Are we very confused here? It's easy, right? It's simple, very basic, right? Now come here and see this one. La, and let me just enlarge it for you so that there is no confusion. La tansur. Now my fail is not ending with dhamma, rather it is ending with the sukoon. And I told you, because of typing issues and all that, you will have to see it this way. The sukoon is not like rasul kha. Very well done. So now give me the translation. How will you translate it? How will you translate it? Don't help. Easy. And you can put an exclamation mark so that there is no confusion. Do not help. Right? Do not help. And here is my thing. Is it clear? Everyone with me so far? Do you notice that this one, how you are going to differentiate this one from this one? What will help you differentiate? How will you differentiate between la tansuru and la tansur? Sakoon. So you have to keep your eyes open, right? And look at Quran with open-mindedness. I do not know nothing, but Alhamdulillah, I've been trying to learn. So I am going to take everything step by step. I'm not going to jump my gun, just, without thinking. I am going to stay focused, stay calm and collected, because I am here to learn, and I will do it because Allah is with me, right? You and me have deficiencies, but Allah is perfect. Focus on your last letter, translate then. I will make sure that you have enough practice before we move on to the next topic, okay, inshallah. And today is a day of new topic, however, but make sure we do it in the right way, okay? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this concept because we have done it in the previous few sessions, inshallah, but we will continue to review everything, inshallah. So what will be the name of this la? How will you name this la? Give me a name for this one. Can you see my cursor? This one, the first la is going to be called, think about it. So la, if it is followed by, is a simple la, your plain la. That's a very beautiful answer. When you have identified it as your simple and plain la, that la is called la nafiya, okay? La nafiya is the name for your plain, very simple, not too much into fashion la, okay? This guy, he's not, doesn't want to follow trend. He's plain, simple, straightforward, okay? Now comes this la. This la is very demanding. This la is, guys, there's a difference between lamul amr and la nahiya, okay? To keep them separate. They are translated in a different manner. This is going to give you forbidding translation. When this not is coming from la nahiya, okay? This is la nahiya. It asks you not to do something. Nahi karna. Okay, as we say in Urdu, bahir nahi jana. So when I tell my child, bahir nahi jana, what is it? I'm informing that child, or am I demanding something or commanding something or forbidding them from doing something? It's a commanding kind of a thing, right? So in Arabic, since they don't separate commanding and forbidding, is under one umbrella in traditional Arabic. So that's why we are just, going to just call this la nahiya, or our forbidding law. We can call it our forbidding law. There is no problem with that. But just remember, as we have done fail nahi in the past, they, you may just find this being labeled as la nahiya, and this one being labeled as fail mudare. And what's the status? What will I call it? What's the status? Give me the status of this fail mudare. Majzoom. Everyone with me so far? This guy, this statement is a demanding statement. Is a demanding statement. So this la is talbiya. It demands something. It has a talb. Okay, it wants you to do something. This la is just simple plain la. It's informative. It is khabariya. It gives you an information, and information in Arabic and Urdu is called khabar. Is everyone clear with this? Alhamdulillah. So for non-Urdu speakers as well, so informative la is going to be la nafiya, the plain la, not much into fashion, and this la is very demanding. So this one is la nahiya. Okay, it forbids you from doing something, and you will see mudare after it in majzoom form. So this one is la that is amila, one who does an action, because what is it doing? It puts a jazm on the end of the mudari. It makes it majzoom. Does this la do anything? Is it amila? Will you call it amila? Does it do anything? No, it does not. It remains, the mudari after it remains unchanged. So this la is la nafiya ghair amila. Ghair means not working. Ghair, not amila, one who works. So this one is not one who makes any change to mudari after it. Mudari remains unchanged in its default marfu form. I hope everyone is with me so far and they have understood the difference between that, because this was something that was concerning for me, because we have students who are learning this concept for the first time. So I wanted to make sure that we go over the practice, inshallah. So now, very important question I have from all of you. So if you see a dhamma, so if you see a dhamma that denotes the marfu status of mudari, and you're seeing it, what will you call that dhamma? What is the name? Zahira. Very well done. Dhammatu zahira. Dhammatu zahira. Okay. If your mudari marfu, if your mudari is that is rough in status and is ending with alif, waw, or ya, dhamma is going to be muqaddara. It is implied dhamma. It is implied assumed dhamma. Everyone imagined, very well done. You, whatever makes it easy for you. I will, inshallah, one day share with you an incident how I was, I learned something and I was totally clueless what it was. I knew the whole concept and everything, but I did not know what it meant in actuality. So it's very important to familiarize yourself with these terms. It is overwhelming, but that is why I'm here. That is why I'm taking this class live. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now, Suratul Ikhlas, our go-to surah with every salah. I think most of us read it. Some, alhamdulillah, read it with every sunnah of their, Fajr and Zohar. So let's do some practice on it. Okay, do you see any fail mudari here? Anywhere? Tell me the verse number where you spot a fail mudari. Verse number 3, Aisha. First answer, Barakallahu fi. Very well done. What is lam? Is it from letter Nasiba? Is it from the group Nasiba group or Jazima group? From the Jazima group. Okay. What is the status of mudari? It's all good. No worries. What is the status of mudari? Majzoom bilam. Majzoom mudari. Majzoom bilam. What do you think is the pronoun here? Yalid. Yalid. He. Very well done. You have ya in the beginning that is not followed by any alif, is not followed by any waw, it's not followed by any Noon, it is ad-damir al-mustatir huwa. Everyone with me so far? Because there was ya, that was alamatul mudari. This is not my pronoun. This is not my pronoun. This is my alamatul mudari. But since it is not followed by anything visible, so I will assume it to be ad-damir al-mustatir huwa. What do you think about, do you think we see anything else here? Same. Yeah, this is majhul, but we have not learned majhul, so we are not going to worry about it at this point. But it is following yalid in every way, except that the fail is majhul. So we won't worry about it. It's passive. Yeah, it's passive. So we will worry about it little later. What do you think about lam yakun? What do you think about this construction? Again, lam was from the jazima group and it made mudare majzoom. It made mudare majzoom. Kaf, waw, noon are the root letters. The word is ending with noon. You do not see sakoon here. You do not see sakoon here because of rules of noon sakina. Okay, so don't worry about that part. We will not worry about that. But we know if it is non-voweled, it is majzoom. Okay. You're very well done. Yes, absolutely. Whatever makes your typing and flow of class easy, do that, my dear sisters. I do not want you to be worried about anything but learning. Okay. So now let's go and see Suratul Falaq. Okay. Okay. In verse number 1 of Suratul Falaq, do you see any fail? Yes, kul is a fail, but we have not learned it. So we will, not worry about it at this point, okay? Because you have not learned it with me. So I will, yes, absolutely right answer. You say, this is the Amr, okay? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is being commanded to say, A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq. So any other fail in verse number 1? Very well done. Very well done. A'udhu. What do you think? What is the pronoun here? I. Pronoun is I. I seek refuge. What helped you determine that this was I? Hamza, very well done. Is pronoun visible in a'udhu? No, pronoun is not visible, right? This is just a sign of mudare. But the sign of mudare helped you determine that the pronoun that is hidden in this word is ana. Ana is not visible because attached pronoun is always going to be after your root letter. Did you notice every time you have any visible pronoun, you don't see it before the first root letter. It is always going to be after the root letter. Keep that in mind, okay? Your doer pronoun, if it is visible, if it is ad-damirul baris, it is going to be towards the end of the word, right? We always have labeled them towards the end of the words. If you remember, if I have my thing here, here you can see every time damir is towards the end of the word. It's not in before the first root letter. It's always towards the end of the word. Huh? Keep that in mind, okay? Inshallah. So again, verse number 2. Do you see any fail? Very well done. Tell me, what is the pronoun here? What can be the past? He. Is it visible? No, it is ad-damirul mustatir. Because in huwa, hiya, madi, damir is always going to be al-mustatir, right? It's mustatir. So go to verse number 3. And I have taken already so much time in this review, which I did not mean to, because we have to learn a new concept today. So tell me, in verse number 3, do you see any fail? No, he created. What he created. It is khalaqa, is khalq is the creation. Khalaqa, He created. If I put a sukoon there and I put a tanween at the end, then it's a creation. But if it is khalaqa, it's past tense. Yes, you see a past tense here, waqab. Waqab. Very well done, my dear sisters. So verse number 5, do you see any? I'm skipping verse number 4 because we have to hasada, right? When he starts to be jealous, right? So hasada is again a fail. So we are clear in case of Surah An-Nas. We won't spend too long because A'udhu already we have figured it out. Go to verse number 5 and find a fail for me. Verse number 5, I need a fail from verse number 5. Yuwaswisu. Is it present or past? Present tense. Very well done. Very well done. And the damir is al-mustatir because you cannot see it. You see alamatul mudari, yeah, but that guides you to your he because you don't see any alif here, you don't see any waw after sin, you do not see any noon after sin, you do not see any yaul mukhataba. So you know that the damir is a damir al-mustatir huwa. Let's just quickly do this one. Suratul Kafirun. Do you see anything in verse number 2? Abudu, and what is the pronoun here? I, and is it present or past? Present tense, and the sign of present tense is Hamza, that is here. Nobody is going to call it Alif because Alif can never be at the beginning of the word, right? Now we all know Alif can never be at the beginning of the word. It can be in the middle. It can only be in the middle or at the end of the word. Okay, it's never going to be in the beginning. What about this? Ta'buduna. It's a present tense. Yes or no? It's a present tense. Give me the doer pronoun here first. I need a doer pronoun in ta'buduna. Wow is the doer pronoun. Give me the alamatul mudari here. Ta. Very well done. Barakallahu feek. So with ta and waw, we figured out who is going to be the doer here. If there is beginning ta and waw is there, it's going to be you all, right? It's not going to be, if it was ya and waw, then it will be they. But here we know because of ta at the beginning, then waw is a doer pronoun. It is you all antum. Very well done. So we'll skip our verse number 3 and we'll go to verse number 4. Do you see any fail? Barakallahu feek. Do you see any fail? Abattum. Now give me the doer pronoun and be very careful when you're giving me the pronoun. Okay. I just need pronoun. Yes, antum is pronoun, but can you see it? No. Ta is the pronoun. Remember that. Ta is the pronoun. Meme is for masculine plural. Okay, it's the other way. Sister Zamina, remember this. Ta is the pronoun. Okay. Abattu, abattuma, abattum, abatti. So, no, abatta, abattuma, abattum, abatti, abattuma, abattum, tunna, abattu. So every time your ta is going to be the ta'ul. Fa'il is the doer pronoun. If when meme is after it, we know the doer is masculine plural. When noon is after it, we know the doer is feminine plural, second person. When ta is followed by ma, we know ma is for tasdiya. It is two, male, female, second person, right? So when it is followed by ta fatha, we know it's you masculine. When it is ta kasra, it is you feminine. When it is ta dhamma, it is I. Everyone with me so far? So just ta is your visible doer, and whatever comes after it helps you determine the number and everything. Okay, the actual doer. Okay. So do you want to do this one before we start learning something new? Surah An-Nasr. Who wants to do this one as well? Do you see any fail here? Ja'a. Very well done. And that is huwa. Do you see any outside doer after it? Do you see any outside doer? Is it Allah? Because what should be the status of your doer? Raf, Raf, Nasrullahi, right? Nasru is the doer, right? Nasru is the doer because the doer has to be Raf in status, right? And it is Raf in status. So help of Allah is coming, right? So simple things, and inshallah, with practice, everyone masters it. As long as you have your intentions correct, inshallah, Allah will make it easy. Now look at here. Do you see any fail? Ra'aita, Ra'aita. Just see, Ra'aita is a fail. Okay, it's past, present. It's Madi. And its ending is telling you that it's Madi. What do you see special here and at the end? And do you see any visible pronoun? Tell me. Ta with fatha. We do see, right? Ta'ul file. Ta'ul file is visible pronoun here, right? Ta is telling me, ta with fatha is telling me the doer is anta. If it was ta with kasra, I will know the doer is anti. If it was ta with dhamma, the doer will be ana. So here ta with fatha is telling me this is the doer pronoun and it is you. You will see, we are translating it in future because of something that is beginning, that is at the beginning of the surah. So we'll learn it later, but for now, just remember, okay? So ta is my doer pronoun. It is visible and it refers to anta. Any other fail that you see in verse number 2 of Surah An-Nasr? Yadkhuluna. Do you see any doer here? Do you see a doer here in yadkhuluna? In word yadkhuluna, from which af'al does it belong? Yadkhuluna belongs to which category of af'al? Af'alul khamsa. Very well done. Af'alul khamsa have their marfu status denoted by which letter? Which letter denotes marfu status in case of af'alul khamsa? Noon. Very well done. What is the name for this noon? Who remembers? No. Noonul raf. Either you call it noonul raf or noonul i'rab. Noonul i'rab, right? Because it determines the i'rab. I'rab is what? I'rab is the status of anything, right? In Arabic, the status is called i'rab. So i'rab is being determined by noon. That is why it is called noonul i'rab. So if it is there, it determines the status is marfu. If it is not there, it determines, it could be nasb or it could be mansub or majzoom, okay? This is also called nunu raf because when it is there, it makes your mudari marfu. Remember that. Okay. So now with that, I think it's enough practice. Let's learn something new, okay? Inshallah. Are we all ready? Are you all ready and fresh for something new? Alhamdulillah. Okay, very well done. So keep on practicing. Alhamdulillah, because that is the way to go. There is no way we are going to master this except that, you know, if we keep on practicing, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help. Okay. And you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have just parted the river for Musa alayhi salam, but he did not do that. He asked him to hit the river with his asa, right? So, you know, strike the hajar with the asa. It could have been without that, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Musa alayhi salam to do something. Throw your staff, right? And then it turned into, you know, whatever it turned into, right? So we need to put in effort as well. And then, you know, it has to be both ways, right? Inshallah. And then Allah facilitates everything because this is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Now, one thing I would like you to all know. 1 second. Let me enlarge this because you are not only going to learn grammar from me. There are people who may have learned it in the past, and there are people who will be, inshallah, going on to learn from different institutes as well. Okay, and from different books, inshallah, from different lectures. And so you have to have this clear in your mind. There are harufun nasiba. We have learned them, like they are an, lan, likai, li, kai can be separate as well, izan, hatta, fa, right? We have learned them. There are 4 of them that will make mudare mansoob by themselves. Okay, it is said that this an, lan, kai, izan. These 4. Have you noticed that I have bolded them? An, lan is fat, an is fat, kai is fat, izan is fat. Can you all see that? Alhamdulillah, all can notice. So people say that they have their own effect on mudare, and they are doing all the action. Okay, they are the ones who are making mudare mansoob. However, this li here, this hatta here, this fa here has a hidden an, after it. This fa, hatta, li has hidden an after it that makes mudare mansoob. It is not visible. You don't see it after li, and I'm going to show you. But when you will learn, inshallah, advanced grammar, you will see books saying that this li, hatta, fa have hidden an after them that makes mudare mansoob. Is this clear or not? No? Okay, let me explain it again. So in case of is, when you see an, there is nothing after it. Okay? Yes, li as well. An has its own action, does not need to take any help. That's why it's muscular, it is fat, it's strong. I have bolded it. Okay? Lan has its own action, does not like to take help from others. Kai, strong on its own. Izan, strong on its own, does not need to take any help from anything. It exerts its action on fail mudare, makes it mazum all by itself. But when it comes to li, this li, which is thin, frail, this hatta, this fa, they have hidden an after them. That is making mudare mansoob. We don't need to, be too worried about it, okay, at this point. But since, this is a class that caters to people of all levels, so I have to put it out there for you, and I want you to, keep that in mind, okay? So this an, lan, kai, izan themselves do everything, okay? But li, hatta, fa have an hidden an after them, okay? And this, because this an is not going to be seen, it is hidden after them, and that is actually making mudare mansoob. They don't have any effect of their own. They don't have any action on their own. They take help, and they take help from this an, and they don't want people to know that they are weak. So this an remains hidden after them for the most part. Okay, for the most part, it remains hidden after it. In case of li, it does come out sometimes. Okay, it does come out after in some cases, and I will, inshallah, in our advanced classes, we will learn when you will see that an, when you will not see that an. But after hatta, fa, it's always going to be hidden. Okay. But after them, you will see you can see mudare mansoob. Hatta and fa have other actions as well, right? Where did you learn hatta? Where have we learned hatta for the first time? When did we learn hatta? Harf of jar. It is harf of jar, right? Right? When we were learning al jar wal majroor, hatta came there, right? So fa, I have taught you as an atf, right? Briefly, we have went over it, and we have said that fa is an atf as well. It's not always fa sababiyya. There are conditions for it to act as fa sababiyya. That is beyond the scope of this class at this present time, but this is something that we need to focus on. We need to spend time on, and that will we will learn it inshallah soon. Okay. And so is the case with these two guys. I told you they are not very commonly used in Quran. Waw and aw are also haruf nasaba, not commonly used in Quran. If I was you, what I would do is I would put them in my notes. Wherever I keep my notes, I will put these waw and aw there, and I will put after them. I will learn them later. Okay. This one is used, I think I've seen it in this is used in Quran, but I have not personally seen in Quran, but wow has I have seen in Quran as a huruf nasiba. Okay, and these also have an after them. That's why I kept them, the way they are. I have not bolded them because they also are said to have an after them that is hidden. Okay, that is not visible. I hope this is clear. If it is not, this is something you can go back on recording and listen, and inshallah, you will know it. Inshallah, with practice, everything becomes easy. Nobody learns in a day, right? Okay. So we have seen this haruf and asiba. We have practiced some. This one, what do you think about this construction? What do you see here? This one. The mudare, what is the status of mudare? This fa is fa sababiyya. You can call this fa sababiyya because the mudare after it is mansoob, right? Because sometimes you will see fa and it is not making anything mansoob. Like here, will you call this fa sababiyya? Fala takfur. Will you call it fa sababiyya? No, this can be just your fa atf, or it can be any fa, but it's not fa sababiyya because it is not making anything mansoob, right? But this fa is going to be fa sababiyya. Fa sababiyya has special conditions that it comes after. If there is a forbidding going on, if there's a negative sentence, if there is a talb, if there's a tahdid, there are different conditions for this fa to come. I have my document here for advanced students that they can go over, inshallah. Right now, we are not going to go over this document because that is beyond the scope of this class right now. Okay. What do you think about this law? We have done it last session as well. What do you think about this law? Who can give me the name for this law? La Nahya. Very well done. Now everyone knows it's a commanding kind of a law. It's a very demanding, commanding. It makes you not do something. It's very bossy law, right? What do you think about this hatta? Hatta is from harufe nasiba, right? It is from harufe nasiba, making yakulani, yakulani is from which afal? What do you think? Yakulani is from which afal? Afalul khamsa. So hatta came in front. Hatta was from harufun nasiba, and we know it is a large group of scholars say that it has a hidden an after it. That is actually exerting the action and is making yakulani yakula. Okay? This lil nuriya, again, we have done this in our last session. So just for what we have done right now, you can say that this li has a hidden an after it, right? Because it is a weak harf by itself. It has to have an an that is hidden after it, and that can be sometimes visible, and there's a case when it becomes visible to exert its action on fi'l mudari. Okay, is this clear? Type 1 if it is too French, let me know. I can try to explain. Okay. So next, we learned about, I'm not going over the statuses and how the status is going to be shown because we have done a little bit of that practice in our last session. So I'm just going to go over now harufu jasima. So is fayahuza is mansoob even though there is sukoon on the last letter. Huh? Where is the sukoon? Let me see. No, there is a fatha. Look at the fail, right? The fail part is this one. Kum is the attached pronoun, my dear sister. Kum is the attached pronoun. Your fail ends with zal, and zal has fatha, right? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Okay, so remember, if the last time when we ended our session, I ended with the fact that, you know, some haruf that you will see, they will exert their action on just one fail. They can only affect one fail that is after them, okay? But then there are afal that have a lot of strength in them. They can make two mudare majzoom at the same time, okay? Is this clear or no? In is one of those haruf that can make two mudare majzoom simultaneously, okay? So what topic for today was, if you remember my, the beginning, adwat, tools, the ones, tajzimul failil wahid, adwat that make majzoom one fail, adwat those that make majzoom fa'laini. Fa'laini means what does fa'laini mean? How many fail? Two, right? Two. So there are adwat that are going to make one fail majzoom, and then there are adwat that are going to make two fail majzoom at the same time. So why did I write adwat? I'm going to tell you. Why did not I just say haruf, right? So this is one of the harf that I just talked about that's going to make two mudare majzoom simultaneously. And then comes asma that can exert their power on af'al and can make two fail mudare majzoom simultaneously. And these include ma, man, mahma, ainama, haisuma, kaifama, mata, anna, ayana, aina. They are all asma except for in, that is harf, and you can all see I have, written underneath it. This one is the only harf. The rest are all the asma that can make two mudare majzoom simultaneously. And you must be saying that we have seen two mudare majzoom or mansoob in the last sessions. What is this all about? Okay. Can you see here anything that you are familiar with in this first verse? Part of the verse actually, in, right? In is from where? Haruful nasiba or haruful jazima? Jazima, it is jazima. So what do you see after it? Do you see anything majzoom? Mudare majzoom, right? Ya tuna became ya tu, ya tu. Where is the pronoun? Where is the pronoun here? Waw is the pronoun. If they come, usara, as chained, as prisoners. So what is this usara? What will you call this? If they come to you all as prisoners, where did we learn this as, while? Who remembers? Usara. What will I give? Hal. Very well done. Usara is the hal. How do they come to you? How? They come to you as prisoners. Usara is a plural for asir. Asir means prisoner. Usara is prisoners. If they come to you as prisoners, and the number is matching, it's a broken plural for asir. Okay. Here, what do you see? Tufaduhum. What do you think is a pronoun here? Waw is a pronoun. Barakallahu feek. So by, the waw is a pronoun, and with ta is alamatul mudari, with ta and waw together, tell me in Arabic or in English, give me the real pronoun here. You all. Very well done. It is you all, because ta was at the beginning and waw was, as you know, is my real pronoun. So by figuring out the alamatul mudare and my visible pronoun, I came to the conclusion it is you all. Okay. So what's the status of mudare here? What is the status here? It is majzoom. What is the status here? It is majzoom, right? Do you notice any waw in between? No. Last time when we were seeing things being, majzoom or mansoobs, we were seeing waw in between. That was transferring the status. And I told you the effect of an is on this one or li is on this one, and then waw is transferring the status. The original harf did not exert its action, but in made mudare majzoom without any waw. Can you see that? In can make two mudare majzoom simultaneously. Everyone with me so far, right? You don't see any waw, but still your mudare is majzoom. Yes, it is a conditional statement. If they come to you all as prisoners, you give fidya for them while it is forbidden upon you all. Okay, is this clear? Barakallahu fi. Yes, it's a conditional sentence, because if is a condition. If they do something, then you do something, right? Okay. Now, what do you see here? Mahma. It is here. Ta'tina is, what is the status of mudari here? After mahma. No. Ta'tina. Is it one word or two words? Again, one word or two word. We are going to do it in stepwise fashion. So where is my fail ending? My fail is ending with ta kasra, right? Everyone with me so far? Ta kasra is the ending of my fail, and na is the attached pronoun, right? Now think about it. What are the root letters of ta'ti? Yes, it is majzoom. How is it majzoom, Ranas? How is it majzoom? Yes, it is majzoom. Your answer is correct. Ya is removed because when my last letter is haruful illa, my mudare is made majzoom by removing harfe illa, which includes alif, waw, and ya. Is this clear? Hamza, ta, ya were the root letters. But where is the ya? The ya got dropped because among the three ways where I can make my mudare majzoom is, either I drop noon, which happened here, or I drop my weak letter. So here the weak letter got dropped because the last letter word, if the last letter is a weak letter, then it gets dropped in case of mudare majzoom. Is this clear, my dear sisters? So mahma is one of the ism, and this is not a harf, it's an ism that can make mudare majzoom. I do not see it in Quran as a particle that makes two mudare majzoom, but I do have an example from hadith for you all. Okay, inshallah. Now look at the third example. Ma taf'alu min khairin. And whatever you do in terms of good deeds, ya'lam Allah. What do you think? What is ma doing to your fi'l mudare? What is the status of mudare here? Majzoom. Be hasfun noon, right? لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة, because it is from أفعال الخمسة. It is majzoom bi hasfun noon. What happened here? What is the status of mudare in case of ya'lam? In case of ya'lam, majzoom بالسكون على الحرف الآخر, by the sukoon on the last letter, because it's a sahih letter. When the sahih letter is there, then it's going to take sukoon. And whatever you do of any good, Allah knows it. You don't need to tell everyone. I did so many umrahs when I went to for Hajj, and I do read the Hajjud, and I offer duha. Allah knows it all. Any good, Allah knows it all. Whatever you have given in any given fundraiser, Allah knows it all. So just trust Allah, okay? Inshallah. So here we see lam. So what kind of a particle lam is? Does it make one fail majzoom or two of al majzoom? One. So you see here, taghfir lana, lam taghfir lana. Taghfir is what's the status of taghfir? Just what is the status of tarham? Again majzoom. But this is majzoom because it is matuf. When Sister Ambreen writes it's matuf, that is understood that lam is not coming here as well and making it majzoom. No, it is waw that transferred the status. It is waw that helped, in transference of status from takfir to tarham. Is this clear? But in case of in, I don't see any waw. In is strong enough to make both of them majzoom. Is it clear? Okay, so now let's do more practice. Okay, mahma yanzil. What is mahma doing here to yanzil? It made it majzoom. Very well done. So whatever hardship befalls a believing slave, Allah will make an opening for him after it. So what did mahma do? You see a mudare that is majzoom. Then you go on and it falls upon any believing slave, any hardship. Yaj'al. What's the status here of yaj'al? It is majzoom. Everyone agrees? Why is this kasra here then? Majzoom is usually with sukoon. Very well done. It is majzoom. But this is a temporary haraka there. This is a temporary kasra for iltaqai sakinain, right? Very well done. Very well done. So mahma made both yanzil and yaj'al majzoom. So see, I was thinking of not going over all these asma, because most courses don't offer teaching them at the beginning. I'm not talking about traditional Arabic courses. I'm talking about the modern Arabic courses. They don't go over all these asma, but I just brought it because I have an example from hadith. So we should be very, if we come across something like that, we should be well versed with it. It's not a long distance relationship. It's just, the fact that you need to know is that, without any waw, it has a power of making two mudare majzoom simultaneously. Okay, simultaneously it is making yanzil and yaj'al majzoom. Yes, it may be very far apart. Yes, I know there are many words in between. Yeah. What do you think about this one? There's another word, man, that can do the same thing. Man la yarham. Yarham again was majzoom, and this was not because of la. It was majzoom because of man. Okay, whoever he does not show mercy to people, Allah will not show mercy to him. Is it clear? Again, it was majzoom for but kasra is there for iltaqai sakinain, but you focus on this, that man made yarham majzoom, and this yarham is also majzoom because of man. Is this clear? Aina tazhabu, wherever you will go, you all will go, we will come to. We will come, or we will come with you. So aina is another word. Did you notice any waw in between? No, it is strong enough to exert its power on two af'al simultaneously and make them majzoom. And these are all the conditional sentences. You are seeing it in the form of conditional sentences. Like, wherever is kind of a condition. Wherever you go, we'll come with you. We'll tag along. Is this clear, my dear sisters? Again, from Quran, man is making yazlim madzum and nuzik madzum simultaneously. Both af'al are mudari madzum because of man. Similarly, ainama, kaifama, ayyana are going to do the same job. Okay, I'm not, I think this concept is clear, alhamdulillah. And you can go over these slides and this will, be easy. Since I have 5 minutes left, I will try to, I wanted to try to finish Mudare because we took, alhamdulillah, a lot of time on Mudare. And I wanted to go, start Fil Amr. There's no rush, but still, we have to finish stuff in a timely manner as well. So how do you negate verbal sentences? We need to know that. When we were doing Madi, I told you about a tool that we can use to negate verbal sentences. Who remembers that tool? It's right in front of you on slide as well, but if somebody remembers that, how can we negate, how can we put not to our sentences, how can we bring negation? Ma nafia, right? Ma nafia can be there. This nafia guy, if you remember, we can put that in front of our sentence and it will negate the sentence. Rabihat tajaratuhum. It will mean their purchase was beneficial. But if I say ma is in front of the sentence, their purchase was not, a transaction has brought no benefit. Okay, so their transaction has brought no profit because of this ma. This is one of the ways how you can negate a fail that is in the past tense. Then what did we learn about lam? What does lam do? This har, what is the action of this lam? Who remembers? It is translated as did not. So if we bring it in front of our mudare, my translation is pushed into past, right? It pushes the meaning to the past, right? It will push the tense, it will change the tense. It is harf nafyin wa qalbin wa jazmin. Qalb from heart changes all the time. So it changes the tense from present to past. This guy is very powerful. So lam tamassuhunna, you have not touched them. You did not touch them, or you have not touched them is going to be the translation in this case. So why? Because lam is there and it pushes the meaning into the past. Is it clear or no? So you get a past tense meaning by using lam before your present tense. It not only makes lam makes it mazzoom, but brings negation to the sentence, right? And changes the tense as well. Not only this guy not only changes the mudare to mazzoom status, like you see noon is gone from here, because I know this waw is telling me that there must be a noon after it. This mudare is majzoom bi hasfun noon because it is from af'alul khamsa. So this lam is not only making this mudare majzoom, but it is also bringing this not meaning here, and it is also changing the tense from present to past. Clear so far? Okay. Another way that you can do negation in the past is by using this word lamma. Most of you may have learned it the other way, but today learn it this way. Okay. Another way to negate in the past is by using the word lamma. Okay. Lamma ya'lam millahu. So what does it mean? While Allah has not yet made evident. So not yet. It has not yet happened. So what this has done is this action has not happened from the beginning of the time to the time that we are talking right now. This has never happened. Allah has not yet done this. Okay. Allah has not yet made evident those people who have struggled among you all. Okay. So lama also brings a meaning that is not yet, and it is going to be translated as past perfect. You will translate it as past perfect. Is it clear or no? Yes. I have seen a hand raised. Sister Zora, you can unmute yourself.
Assalamu
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
alaikum. I raised my hand not about this, but I can, you can finish and then I can talk.
Okay, no problem. So yes, so Allah has not yet made this happen. This, when I say, for example, he did not eat chocolate, and I say he has never eaten chocolate. What's the difference? When I say he did not eat chocolate versus he has never eaten chocolates, do you see any difference? Do you see any difference? That means the action has never happened in case of he has never eaten chocolates. When I say he has never eaten, that means this never ever happened. But when I say he did not eat chocolate, maybe sometimes he did not, just recent past he did not eat, but he may have eaten them in the past. He may have done that in the past. So my dear sisters, this is a very important concept that it has to be understood. And I want to spend more time on this, inshallah. Right now we are running, we are running, late. So I'm going to have to end the class here, and inshallah we'll start with this point. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And stop recording.